Aliens from different planets tried to wipe out humans on Earth using very powerful viruses. These viruses were made to kill people quickly and silently. But something strange happened. Instead of deadly effects, the viruses only caused mild hay fever and sneezing. The aliens' plan failed badly because they did not understand human biology well. Even when the aliens sent a second attack aimed at breaking human trust and friendships, the opposite happened. People became closer, more social, and stronger together. As the aliens prepared to invade, they believed humans were weak and broken. But humans, fueled by their chaotic and passionate ways, united fiercely. This is a story about an impossible fight, human strength, and how the greatest threat became the greatest victory. Master Chief Petty Officer Rick Donovan kicked the warehouse door hard. It broke with a loud crack, sending splinters flying. For 20 years, he had practiced that kick. His team, dressed in black armor, rushed inside. Rifles pointed, eyes sharp. But what they saw was strange. The people inside wore masks, faces that looked fake, like cheap Halloween costumes. Some masks had eyes too far apart or noses off-center. One alien even blinked sideways. "Freeze!" Rick shouted. His voice was sharp and firm. The aliens stopped moving and looked confused. One spoke English, but in a flat, strange way. "Greetings, fellow human," it said. "I am also a human person. I am conducting normal human activities." Rick's second-in-command, Sergeant Alves, whispered, "Chief, are we sure these are bioterrorists? This feels like we're arresting a school play." The aliens clumsily tried to destroy their machines. One tipped over a machine with a loud crash. "Oops, I have made a typical human mistake with my normal human clumsiness," it said. Rick moved deeper into the lab. Corporal Keene was waiting by a glowing bioreactor, a machine too advanced for this old building in Detroit. "Chief, this is a biological weapons lab," Keene said quietly. "But I don't think these aliens know what they're doing." An alien with hands raised tried to calm Rick. "Please do not be alarmed, fellow human. We are researching seasonal allergies for the betterment of all humanity." Rick noticed the alien's baseball cap was inside out and backwards. He sighed and called for a CDC specialist. "Get the experts on the line. We need to know what kind of stupid this is." Dr. Nathan Cross at the CDC received samples from the raid. After 15 years studying deadly diseases, he was tired but alert. The samples came with warnings, either a new plague or a false alarm. His sterile lab buzzed with quiet voices and the soft hum of machines. Nathan looked at the data. "These pathogens are remarkable," he told his team. "They are made with brilliant genetics, better than ours. Designed to attack human immune systems. But," he paused and tapped the screen. "They are harmless." "How harmless?" asked Dr. Rebecca Walsh, his deputy. Nathan showed the models. "They should cause deadly immune failure. Instead, they trigger mild allergy symptoms. It's like someone tried to build a bomb using a firecracker diagram." He switched to another model. "This one should disrupt the brain and cause organ failure. But it only causes fatigue and congestion. Watery eyes and sneezing. It's a complete failure." A virologist asked, "Could this be a test? A weak version?" Nathan shook his head. "No. These samples come from at least 3 different groups. Different methods, different proteins, different delivery. It's like 3 separate teams, all told to create a weapon to kill humans. And all failed spectacularly because they don't understand human biology." He showed a chart. The theory said death in 72 hours. The actual tests showed just minor allergy symptoms in mice designed to mimic human immune systems. The failure was worse than success. Nathan frowned. "Their science is brilliant. Their knowledge of humans is zero." Meanwhile, Colonel Frank Dermott walked into the Pentagon crisis room. He carried Nathan's report. His job was serious, protecting the nation from threats. But this was beyond any normal threat. "Gentlemen, ma'am," Frank said. "We have a problem. Extraterrestrial operatives are attacking U.S. soil with biological weapons made to kill humans." General Patricia Hayes looked at him coldly. "What kind of problem?" "Alien bioterrorism," Frank said flatly. The room went silent, not disbelief, but shock. Minds raced to understand the impossible. Deputy Director Collins of the CIA asked quietly, "Are you saying aliens are attacking us?" "I am reporting findings from JSOC and the CDC," Frank replied. He slid a photo across the table, an alien from the Detroit lab. It looked like a bad mask, confused and weak. These aliens had advanced biotech labs and tried to release weapons to kill us. General Hayes frowned. "It looks like a bad Halloween costume." "Yes, ma'am," Frank said. "But the science is real. The weapons are genetically designed for extinction." Frank took a deep breath. "But they don't work. Instead of killing, the viruses give us hay fever." "So, you're telling me these aliens are trying to kill us with pollen?" Colin asked slowly. "Yes. And worse, there are at least 3 alien species doing this, each misunderstanding us in a different way." Nathan's team confirmed the pathogens were designed to trigger deadly immune reactions, but the actual effect was minor allergy symptoms. The aliens' intelligence was flawed. The officials studied the reports. Frank explained that the aliens believed they were succeeding. They thought human society was breaking down. But reality was different. People complained about allergies and bought tissues. There was no panic, no breakdown. The aliens sent more weapons. The Krexthal used a neural weapon meant to cause brain failure, but humans only had mild headaches. The Yakmar sent hormones to sterilize humans, but people showed normal birth rates and just slight mood changes. The aliens were baffled. Their most powerful weapons only caused mild discomfort. The Zex High Collective, a group of alien minds linked in space, studied the results. Their attack failed. The viruses spread well, but humans showed no collapse. Instead, humans talked about allergy medicines and pollen counts. The aliens' next plan was psychological. They sent a pathogen to break human social bonds, destroy friendships, trust, and cooperation. They expected human society to fall apart in days. The weapon worked, but not as planned. Humans became more social. People flirted more, formed new relationships, and dating apps exploded. Hormones linked to trust and love surged in people's bodies. The alien minds could not understand. Their plan backfired. The weapon strengthened human social systems instead of destroying them. Ambassador Dale Hutchinson, Earth's diplomat in space, felt the effects. His job was harder, he found it difficult to stay serious around attractive aliens. Yet human society remained strong and active. Alien delegations expressed concern for humans. Dale smiled and said Earth was managing well. The aliens kept trying to see a collapse, but all they found was stronger human connection. Back on Earth, journalist Jake Brennan followed the story. He found outbreaks of mild illness all over, timed too perfectly to be natural. It looked like someone was spreading these viruses on purpose. His sources confirmed secret raids on alien labs with bad human disguises. America was not fighting humans or terrorists but alien enemies who misunderstood humans completely. Politicians argued on TV, blaming each other for the attacks. People debated aliens like they were another political issue. The country argued fiercely but stayed united in its defense. Rick Donovan watched the strange American response. The chaos looked like division, but it hid a deeper unity. Americans fought fiercely when attacked, no matter the noise. Jake realized the aliens were fighting not just the military, but human freedom itself. They could not break a society built on chaos and debate. The aliens thought their plan worked. Their intelligence said humans were weak, divided, and broken. But humans were stronger, united by their noisy freedom. And the real fight was only beginning. The HFY Collective's command nodes buzzed with confusion. Their great plan to destroy humanity had failed again and again. The virus designed to cripple human immune systems was just a sneeze. The weapon meant to break society only made humans more connected. Their intelligence about humans was wrong in every way. Ambassador Dale Hutchinson sat in the Galactic Concordat Chamber, the great hall where many alien species met. Around him, the mood was strange. Some delegations showed sympathy, others watched with thinly veiled amusement. Dale felt the chemical effects of the alien psychological weapon still swirling inside him. It made every conversation harder, the aliens were more attractive, their words more persuasive, and yet, he had to hold his focus. The Yexer delegation, shimmering with soft light, approached. Their leader spoke in a gentle, melodic voice. Ambassador Hutchinson, we extend our deepest concern for your species. The neurochemical disruption you face is serious. We hope for your recovery. Dale smiled sincerely, thank you. Earth's social bonds remain strong. In fact, sociologists report people are coming together more than ever. The alien eyes widened. The Krexel primary node, with its hypnotic tentacles, asked, surely you recognize the danger. Your core social bonds are under attack. Dale tried not to laugh. Our bonds are as strong as ever. If anything, humans are forming new relationships faster than normal. During a break, the Regalian trade representative cornered Dale. Her serpentine form moved with graceful caution. Ambassador, our intelligence says your social systems are near collapse. You must accept aid. Dale stared at her, fighting the alien pheromones swirling in the air. Human social systems are remarkably resilient. We continue forming relationships with great enthusiasm. The session ended with Dale graciously accepting sympathy for a crisis that did not exist. Inside, he felt stronger, the alien weapon made being charming easier. Back on Earth, Colonel Frank Dermott briefed military leaders. The alien campaign has escalated. They are now using psychological weapons to destroy social trust. But the data shows the opposite. General Hayes looked over classified reports. Their pathogens are causing humans to bond more, not less. That is correct, Frank replied. Our analysis shows bonding hormones rising sharply. Ambassador Hutchinson reports improved diplomatic relations, though he admits difficulty maintaining professional distance. The room fell silent. This was not the usual battlefield. The enemy's weapons worked against themselves. Deputy Director Collins leaned forward. So, the aliens are trying to kill us with weapons that make us stronger? Frank nodded. Their intelligence on human biology and psychology is catastrophically wrong. They believe our society is on the brink of collapse. But we are not. General Hayes gave a thin, sharp smile. Then what do you expect their next move to be? They will likely try a full military invasion, thinking we are weak and disorganized, Frank said. They expect us to crumble before they even land. Meanwhile, Master Chief Rick Donovan observed the strange American response to the alien threat. He had seen populations break under pressure, but Americans seemed to thrive on chaos. Alien observers saw only noise, fierce debates, angry arguments, endless political fights. But Rick knew the truth. Beneath the noise was a deep and unspoken unity. Americans could argue fiercely about everything, policy, strategy, even whether aliens existed, but when the first shot was fired, they would unite as one to fight. Rick's reports from the battlefield told stories that sounded like comedy. Alien forces, armed with superior technology, were confused and frustrated. Their carefully planned invasion ran into a force no one expected, happy, motivated humans who fought with fierce pride. The aliens thought they would face a weak, divided world. Instead, they faced a planet ready for war, powered by its own strange and chaotic strength. Jake Brennan, the journalist, covered the unfolding story with a mix of horror and fascination. His articles showed how Americans turned an extinction-level threat into political theater. News channels debated alien motives like tax laws. Liberals blamed science denial. Conservatives blamed border security failure, on a planetary scale. Both sides wanted the aliens destroyed. For many Americans, whether aliens existed was less important than their right to argue about them. This endless debate was a survival trait, absorbing crises into normal life. Jake's interviews captured a strange paradox. Some people doubted aliens were real but supported attacking them. Others were terrified but insisted on freedom to debate. The threat became a symbol of American freedom itself. In space, the alien commanders studied their failures. Their data said human society was collapsing. Yet the truth was the opposite. Humans had absorbed every blow, turning weakness into strength. The HFY Collective concluded their campaign was a success. Their flawed intelligence showed humans as weak, divided, and ready to fall. They prepared a formal declaration of war. The message broadcast across galactic networks announced an invasion framed as a humanitarian intervention. The aliens believed Earth was ripe for conquest. The invasion fleets warped into the solar system's edge, ready for an easy victory. At the Pentagon, Frank Dermott received the war declaration during a routine briefing. The room shifted from cautious analysis to grim focus. "Ladies and gentlemen," Frank said, voice cutting through the silence, "we have a formal war declaration from the HFY Collective and their allies. They claim humanity is broken and ready for conquest." General Hayes's eyes fixed on the alien text. "What do they think of our readiness?" "They believe our population is physically sick, our social bonds broken, and our leadership paralyzed by politics," Frank replied. He smiled coldly. "They are wrong. They have given us their intelligence reports. They think we are defeated before the battle." The mood changed. The crisis meeting became an operational planning session. General Hayes stood, her voice sharp and confident. "Gentlemen, we are being invaded by an enemy that mistakes our noise for weakness. I like our odds." Across the galaxy, Ambassador Dale Hutchinson prepared for his final session at the Galactic Concordat. He represented a species now under threat of conquest. The chamber buzzed with nervous energy. Delegations that were not invading Earth kept their distance. The Regalian trade representative approached with caution. "Ambassador, my people admire humanity's achievements. We hope trade relations continue." Dale smiled, feeling the lingering effects of the alien psych weapon. "Humanity values its friends. We look forward to post-war talks and new defense treaties." The Yexer delegation offered formal apologies for misjudging humans. Dale accepted with genuine grace. The alien weapon had made victory sweeter. The surviving HFY delegate approached, no longer confident but begging. "Ambassador, the collective admits failure. We request asylum for our surviving personnel." Dale considered the legalities, his chemically enhanced brain appreciating the gesture. "Humanity will consider all asylum requests according to law." Diplomatic relations were restored. Humanity's place in the galaxy was secure. The aliens had used their best weapons, and made humans stronger, closer, and, in Dale's case, far more charming. The greatest irony was clear: they tried to destroy a civilization, and instead guaranteed its rise. The morning sun spilled over the city skyline, but beneath the calm, the world was changing. The alien fleets hovered just beyond Earth's orbit, their immense ships blocking the stars. On the ground, humanity prepared, not for defeat, but for war. Master Chief Rick Donovan stood on a rooftop, watching the horizon. His field reports had revealed an enemy unlike any other. The aliens had come with great technology and plans to crush Earth's defenders. Instead, they faced a people accidentally strengthened by the very weapons meant to destroy them. Rick remembered the early days of the invasion. Alien forces struck quickly, expecting weak resistance. But American soldiers, their immune systems unknowingly enhanced by alien bioweapons, fought with fierce determination. Units coordinated with surprising skill, moving as one despite the chaos. The aliens tried to target leadership next, believing political fights had broken the chain of command. But the opposite was true. The noisy, chaotic democracy allowed leaders to rise quickly, new voices stepping up where old ones faltered. Rick's soldiers joked and laughed on the battlefield, even in moments of danger. They made plans not just to survive, but to win. The strange energy from the alien viruses seemed to fuel them, giving them strength and unity. On the news, Jake Brennan's reports reached millions. He told the story of a nation that turned its greatest threat into a fierce fight for survival. Jake captured the odd truth that Americans could argue endlessly about everything, and yet stand together to protect their home. His interviews showed a wide range of emotions: fear, anger, hope, and determination. People debated alien motives and military strategy with passion, but underneath it all was a shared belief: America would not fall. In the Pentagon, Frank Dermott led the coordination of the defense. He used the enemy's own intelligence against them. The aliens expected weak, disorganized fighters. Instead, they met a united, well-prepared force. Frank smiled as reports came in of alien ships outmaneuvered and retreats forced. Technology alone was not enough. The aliens had planned for many things but never for a people who could turn chaos into power. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Concordat, Ambassador Dale Hutchinson balanced diplomacy with the heavy truth of war. His duties were harder than ever. The alien psych weapons made every conversation a challenge, yet he remained calm and focused. Dale's position was unique. He was humanity's voice among the stars, defending a planet under siege while dealing with his own altered emotions. The chemicals in his body made him more charming, more persuasive, but also more distracted. Despite the struggle, Dale kept humanity's allies close. The Regalian trade representative, once cold and distant, now offered cautious support. The Yexer delegation expressed regret and a hope for peace after the war. Behind the scenes, secret talks began. The alien survivors who asked for asylum became a source of new information. They shared stories of how their leaders underestimated humans, how their calculations failed. Earth's scientists studied these defectors, learning from their technology and tactics. The knowledge gave humanity new advantages, turning the tide further in their favor. As battles raged, something unexpected happened on the home front. The alien psychological weapons, instead of breaking human bonds, seemed to spark a wave of kindness and connection. Communities gathered to support soldiers and families. Strangers helped each other prepare shelters and ration supplies. The chaos of politics turned into action, as citizens found common purpose. Jake Brennan's cameras captured scenes of people laughing in bomb shelters, sharing meals, and singing songs of hope. The virus that was meant to divide only brought people closer. Even those skeptical of government or science united under one flag. The alien invasion became the cause that finally bridged deep divides. Rick Donovan watched all of this with a quiet pride. The enemy's greatest mistake was underestimating the strange, noisy strength of humanity. They saw division where there was unity, weakness where there was fierce will. The aliens had come with weapons designed for silent death. Instead, they had awakened a roar that would not be silenced. The invasion fleet began to feel the pressure. Their ships were no longer masters of the skies but targets for coordinated strikes from Earth's defenses. Fighter pilots pushed machines to their limits, ground forces pressed forward. In one battle, Rick led a unit that used alien technology captured from defectors. They moved like shadows, striking swiftly and disappearing. The aliens were confused: how could humans use their own tools against them? The answer was simple. Humans learned fast. They adapted. They fought not just with weapons, but with heart. Back in the Galactic Concordat, Dale prepared for what he knew would be a turning point. The Council watched Earth's resilience with a mixture of disbelief and respect. The planets that had once sneered at humanity now reconsidered. Could these noisy, chaotic humans be more than just a primitive species? The war was far from over, but one thing was clear: humanity had changed the game. They were no longer the weak target the aliens expected. They were a force that would not back down. The war against the alien fleets entered a new, fierce stage. Earth's skies blazed with fire and laser light. Human pilots soared through the void, their ships dancing between deadly blasts. On the ground, soldiers moved with sharp focus, striking alien forces where they were weakest. Master Chief Rick Donovan stood in a command center filled with maps and glowing screens. His voice was steady as he directed teams. The aliens had expected a broken world, but Earth was unified and strong. Their invasion plan was falling apart. Captured alien technology gave humanity an edge. Scientists worked around the clock, learning how to use alien weapons and shields. Defenses grew stronger, and attacks became smarter. The battlefield was changing fast. Rick's troops felt an unusual energy. The alien bioweapons had not weakened them. Instead, they had unknowingly boosted their immune systems and spirits. Soldiers joked about their alien allergy superpowers, laughing even in danger. On the home front, communities continued to grow closer. Cities organized volunteer groups to help families affected by the war. Hospitals overflowed with patients, but doctors and nurses worked tirelessly, supported by neighbors and strangers. Jake Brennan's reporting showed the emotional side of the conflict. He told stories of bravery, sacrifice, and hope. People from every background came together, setting aside differences to support the fight. Despite the growing unity, the alien forces pushed harder. Their ships launched powerful strikes against major cities. Explosions rocked the earth, and the sky was often dark with smoke. But humanity refused to break. Each attack was met with fierce resistance. Military units moved quickly to protect civilians and counterattack. Ambassador Dale Hutchinson faced new challenges. The Galactic Concordat was divided. Some species supported the invasion, others sympathized with Earth, and many were unsure what to do. Dale worked tirelessly, using his diplomatic skill and the effects of the alien psych weapon still inside him. His charm and warmth won support from former enemies. In one tense meeting, the Regalian trade representative surprised Dale by proposing a ceasefire. "Your species has shown remarkable strength. Perhaps war is no longer the answer." Dale smiled. "Peace is what we all hope for. But Earth will defend itself if needed." Back on Earth, Rick's forces prepared for a final push. Intelligence showed the alien command center deep in orbit. Destroying it could cripple the invasion. Rick led a special team of elite soldiers and pilots. Their mission was dangerous: penetrate the alien fleet, destroy the command center, and disrupt the enemy's control. The team trained hard, using every advantage they had gained. The alien weapons, their own mistakes, and human resilience gave them hope. The day of the mission arrived. Ships launched into space, cutting through dark skies. The battle was fierce. Alien fighters attacked from all sides, but human pilots were determined. Rick's team reached the command center, facing heavy resistance. Inside, they fought through corridors of strange, glowing technology and hostile aliens. Finally, they reached the heart of the station. With precise charges, they destroyed the command systems. Alarms blared, and the fleet began to lose control. The destruction sent shockwaves through the alien forces. Their ships faltered and retreated. Human fleets pressed their advantage, driving the enemy back. On Earth, people cheered as news of the victory spread. The invasion was ending. Humanity had won against impossible odds. Jake Brennan covered the celebrations, capturing the joy and relief on faces worldwide. He spoke with soldiers, families, and leaders, all proud of what they had achieved. But amid the triumph, Dale knew the real victory was deeper. The aliens had tried to break humans with their deadliest weapons. Instead, they had made them stronger, united, and more determined. The galaxy had learned something new about Earth's people: their chaotic spirit, noisy freedom, and fierce love made them nearly unstoppable. As Dale prepared to return home, the galactic concordat began to change. The old arrogance of alien powers gave way to cautious respect. Earth's place in the stars was no longer uncertain. It was secure and powerful. And the story of humanity's survival would be told for generations. The stars blinked coldly over a changed Earth. The invasion fleet lay broken in retreat. Cities stood tall, scarred but unbowed. Humanity had survived a threat unlike any before, a war waged by superior enemies who had misjudged them in every way. Master Chief Rick Donovan stood in a battered command center. His eyes scanned reports streaming in from every front. The alien invasion was over, but the world had been transformed. The viruses designed to kill had changed humans instead. Their immune systems were stronger, their spirits unbreakable. Rick thought of his soldiers, brave, sometimes reckless, always determined. They had fought with the fiery heart of a people who would not be conquered. The alien attempt to weaken them had become their greatest strength. Across the planet, communities healed. Families reunited. The chaotic, noisy democracy of Earth buzzed louder than ever, alive with debate, celebration, and the constant hum of life. Journalist Jake Brennan traveled from city to city, capturing the new stories of resilience. He spoke to veterans who fought on alien ships, scientists who unlocked alien secrets, and ordinary people who found hope amid destruction. His reports showed the strange power of humanity's freedom. People could argue about anything, but when faced with danger, they united. The chaos of their voices hid a deep harmony, a bond no weapon could break. In the galactic concordat, Ambassador Dale Hutchinson prepared to address the assembly once more. The chamber that had once greeted him with suspicion now held respect and cautious hope. The surviving alien delegates, humbled and seeking asylum, stood quietly nearby. They had misread humanity, underestimating the strength found in freedom, love, and chaos. Dale's voice echoed through the chamber. The war has ended, but our story continues. We fought not just with weapons, but with the power of our unity. Our democracy, our disagreements, and our noisy debates are not weaknesses. They are our greatest strength. The delegates listened, some moved, others thoughtful. The galaxy had learned a new truth about Earth's people, a species resilient beyond measure. Back on Earth, the political fights resumed with familiar vigor. But beneath the noise was a shared understanding: the planet had faced destruction and emerged stronger. General Patricia Hayes met with her commanders, planning for a future that balanced vigilance and peace. The lessons of war would guide them: strength born from chaos, unity forged in diversity. Master Chief Rick Donovan looked to the stars, knowing the fight might one day return.